Hey there guys, it's Chapman here at JTECH, and today we're going to be looking at some HVAC components. In specific, we're going to be looking at the compressor and running some scan tool diagnosis on it and making sure it's running properly. So we'll go ahead and start off by taking a look at our compressor here. We have the car up in the air suspended on a lift so we can get to our compressor pretty easily. This is a Chevrolet HHR, so we put it in the air to get a good look at it. As you can see, we have it hooked up right now for a resistance test. We have our positive and negative leads hooked up to our scan tool, which we have here, and it's running about 0.4 ohms, which is technically pretty good considering you should only have 0.7 resistance max ever. So I'd say that's a pretty good thing right there. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start probing at some of these fuses and relays. There are two fuses that run in the fuse box that run for the compressor and for the AC clutch, the magnetic clutch that's in there. So I went ahead and started probing these while we have the AC on. Next thing I did is I went ahead and pulled out the relay. The thing with the relays is there's two positive and two ground for this. So you got to make sure that you connect your clamps to the right one. I'll show you what happens when you don't, because you won't get much from the scan tool. So we set it to ohms and we plugged in on one side of each, and as you can see from the scan tool, you're not getting really anything, and that's because, like I said, there's one that runs for the power and that runs for the one that runs for the ground on both sides. So let me go ahead and connect these properly for you. We'll go ahead and take a look at what the resistance is now. It's running about 8.8 ohms, 8.7 ohms, which is way more than what it should be. Hopefully when we plug in our scan tool, we can diagnose some of that issue here on why it might be running with so much resistance. We do have the AC on right now, just so you know, but I'll go ahead and plug this relay back in, and then we'll go ahead and pull out the scan tool. So we're going to go ahead and, like I said, get the scan tool plugged in. As you can see here, we have our box plugged into the dash here, the data box there with the AC on, the car and electrical, and it's running to our scan tool. What we went ahead and did is we're going to go ahead and start by switching on and off the compressor relay, the AC compressor relay, to make sure that it works. Now when you do this and you click it on and off, you should hear a little click. And we actually did. We were able to hear the click when we switched it on and off, and we did that a couple good times just to make sure that it was in good running condition and everything was okay. And we also made sure to start up the car and check the AC and check the compressor and check the belts to make sure it was in good condition and shape. So I'll go ahead and let you take a look at that AC compressor real quick in this next video, just so you can get a good idea of what it looks like from the bottom side. So now we'll go ahead and take a look at the wiring diagram that I have here. Here is our relay right here, and then we also have our fuse, our two fuses that we have that run the fuse box, and that's all connected up here to the ECU there. And that ECU controls inside of it a lot of really what goes on with lights and HVAC in general. But in this specific situation, we have the relay, which actually which runs to the fuse, but then runs back to the ECU, and that's really important to remember because we were really struggling with that. Thanks for watching.